Alright, so I know most of you know that I am a heavy vapor. I vape constantly. I will just sit there, just hitting my vape over and over and over again, just one hit after the next. I've taken so many hits, you could call me Mike Tyson. What am I saying? You can't hit Mike Tyson. Anyway, that aside, I'm quitting vaping. Also, I'm not using my camera because after my internet came back, if you're on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about, but after my internet came back, I woke up with a huge zit on my chin. It looks like I got a big red chin on my chin. Look, I got two chins. One's my skin color and one's red. And I guess you could call me Sylvie the Red Chinned YouTuber. That makes sense. Anyway, back to the story. It's bedtime. Here's your bedtime story. Thumbs up if you want me to tell you a bedtime story for your little hearts. So I've been vaping for about 6 years or so. About when it started becoming popular and where I live, that's about the time I started vaping because my dad and my stepmom both turned to it to quit. Well, my dad turned to it to quit dipping. My stepmom turned to it to quit smoking. They were both successful. But I would steal from my dad anytime I could. I would just go in there, take his vape, and I'd vape on it. If he'd leave it at home, I'd go get it and vape on it. If he was out of the room, I would hit it and vape on it. Any chance I got, I would take his vape and I would vape it. Which is probably the reason why he and I have the same flavor preferences. Or either that or because he's my dad and it's mainly genetic. So then I turned 19, which was the legal age to buy vape or vapor products, anything like that. Which I used for a while until one day in 2018 or 2019? I think it was 2019. No, it might have been 2018. I think it was, no. I don't remember when it was. But I got a CD stuck in my computer and it got jammed. It would not come out. If you want to know what CD it was Revival by Eminem. And it stressed me out to the point that I went to the store, there's a Dollar General right down the road from my house, and bought some cigarettes. I was stressed out about a CD being stuck in my computer. Wow. Granted, this was before I was medicated. But then one day, I was at Logan's. If you remember from my old channel, I used to love Logan's. Still like it, I just can't eat there very often. I was sitting there thinking, girls these days, they find it more attractive when a guy vapes than they do when a guy smokes. So I'm gonna go buy a vape. So I went and I bought a vape. And it was just a little smock print stick. I said, I'll upgrade later. Fast forward a few years, and here I am. And a buttload more vapes, because I have had, let's see. And my first one was a T-Priv. My second one was the print stick. My third one was a Smock Mag Grip. Then I had 2 Sigelli Sobras. So I've had 5 vapes. Other than when I was in the hospital, for reasons that I will talk about later when I find out a way to word it correctly to where I don't share too much information. The longest I've gone without vaping was 8 hours, and that was because I was asleep with some kind of sleeping medication. Now, let's get to the reasons why I'm quitting. I'm working on some stuff that will require me to be able to breathe better, as well as be hydrated. So I cut out caffeine. Well, not really cut out caffeine. I stopped drinking as much caffeine as I was. I was drinking multiple cans a day, and that's all I was drinking. I wasn't drinking any water. So I cut that out of my diet. Now I'm cutting nicotine out of my diet. And I'm hoping that that really does make some changes in my life. The changes that I want to see. With my breathing, with my health, with other things that I can't talk about. Because if I do, I'm going to get age restricted. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear about those things either. I don't know, some of you might. All this being said, I still fully support the vaping industry. I still think it's a good way for people to quit smoking. Like I said, I've known plenty of people who have actually used vaping to quit smoking. I'm kind of one of those people because I was vaping zero nic on my first ever vape. Then I switched to smoking, and then I went back to vaping. And I can't say I went from 6 milligrams to 3 milligrams, and there is just a tiny little bit left in this bottle. So these next few days, maybe a week or so, I don't know how long it's going to take, I may not be uploading a lot because these withdrawals might be a little hard because I am hard addicted to it. But I've got like maybe 1 tank left, 1 tank worth left in that bottle right there. So anyway, that's all for this time. If you watched all the way through, put a smoke emoji in the comments, and leave me a comment if you want me to do bedtime stories. Think that might be fun. I might do it anyway. Who knows? We'll see. Anything can happen. It's YouTube.